Okay, so good morning everyone. Today we're going to continue our lesson about module number 1. This is the second part na po, no? This is about community, importance, definition, elements, and approaches. Wherein kahapon, we have discussed about the definition and importance of studying the community. We also discussed about the different aspects in order for us to understand the community. This includes physical aspect, patterns of settlement, commerce, and industry, demographics, history, community leaders, community culture, existing groups, existing institution, economics, government or politics, social structure, and values. So ngayon naman, sa second part ng lesson natin, we're going to discuss about the gains from understanding community dynamics. Since we already tackle about the different aspect in order for us to understand the community. Here, sa lesson natin na to, mas maiintindihan pa natin, no? Yung ano nga bang meron sa community and ano ba yung magagain natin once we understand this community dynamics. First off, when we understand or when we fully understand the community itself, it will provide a benchmarking data wherein bago pa mag-take place ng action or even a intervention of community project ang isang organization sa isang community, mas naiintindihan na nila kung ano ba yung situation na meron sa komunidad na ito. Let's say for example, yung mga nabahaan. Ano ba yung mga needs ng mga tao o ng mga naninirahan sa community na naapektuhan ng baha? 'Di ba? So, mas naiintindihan nila kung paano nila maipoprovide yung mga pangangailangan na yon ng mga naninirahan sa komunidad na yon. Pangalawa, gains from understanding community dynamics is yung tinatawag nating providing or it provides a preliminary project planning information. Okay. So, syempre, when we fully understand what is in the community, it is necessary to secure a community information and feedback that is needed for conceptualization of the project. Kasi once we start the project already, pag naintindihan natin yung kung anong meron sa community dynamics, nagiging key ito para maging smooth and sound and relevant yung development ng project na gagawin natin para sa komunidad. Also, it provides an idea of community strengths and challenges. Bakit? It is because once we understand what is in the community, we get to know what kind of project we should provide. Okay? What kind of project plan we should provide. 'Di ba? So, mas ma-identify din natin kung ano bang team yung kailangan natin para mas mapalakas pa at matapalan yung pwedeng maging loopholes ng project. Okay? That is will make the design more feasible and of course realistic. Hindi naman po pwedeng kapag gumawa o nagawa tayo ng project plan is puro plano na lang. 'Di ba? Of course, we have to deal with some things para mas provide natin siya, no? Next one is it provides an opportunity to understand the community dominant rules and norms. The success or failure of community project often is strongly affected by prevailing rules and norms in the community. It is because a successful community development project requires a consideration and respect of those rules and norms. Next one is it provides an occasion to gauge the attitude and behavior of community. So, an understanding of community members' attitude and behavior will give the project development team an idea kung ano ba yung project na pwedeng masuportahan o pwedeng ma-reject dahil hindi pa ito na ine-negotiate or nakikipag-negotiate sa mga tao or the people behind that community. 'Di ba? Next one is it provide a way for more directed and well-informed dialogue with the community. So, the quality of the dialogue depends on how well-informed or how knowledgeable the outsiders are on the community situation and issues. Next, it makes the networking and partnership building more favorable. So, by having the idea or by having an idea of different advocacy and interests group in the community, it is easier for the people from school, institution, or even groups, no, na makipag-participate. 'Di ba? So, kapag favorable sa kanila yung situation, favorable sa kanila yung partnership, they'll be able to support, no? Mas makukuha natin ng madali yung support ng schools, ng institution, or even non-government organization para makipag-cooperate or makipag-coordinate sa atin to do the project for the community. Nga ba ang definition ng community? Okay, alamin natin what really is the definition of community. When we say communities, these are generally defined by their common cultural heritage, language, beliefs, and shared interests. Okay? So, may mga klase ng community na pwedeng maklasify as a small, mayroon namang malaki, no? Mayroon namang barangay, okay? Coastal village, okay? Yun yung mga small communities. Yung mga large community, ito yung mga regions, state, nation, no? Yun yung community. Okay, so there are small communities and there are large communities. Now, communities are viewed from traditional and alternative perspective. Pag sinabi nating traditional perspective, it relates to the communities with geographical location, work, and social system. Yung tinatawag naman nating alternative viewpoint, this focuses on more subjective, integrative, feminist, and address to the oppression or discrimination. So in here, yung mga small communities, they are being defined by territories. Okay? And then given life by three interacting people processes. What are these? First one is yung tinatawag nating underlying web of human relationship that is called a social fabric. Number two is a unique community power structure. And next is a set of resources that is flows that constitute to a local economy. Ayan. So, these three small communities, it underlies to yung mga magkakamag-anak is halos naninirahan sa iisang lugar. Yun yung paliwanag sa number 1. Pangalawa, meron siyang unique community power structure kung saan merong isang namumuno para sa kanilang lahat. O, let's say for example, sa isang barangay, meron tayong barangay captain. Diba? It also has a set of resource that is flows, okay, within the constitute of local economy. Bakit? Kasi ang mga tao dito sa local community, sa small community, is maaari silang mag-provide or magtanim, okay, ng kanilang mga pwedeng maging resources. Okay? Sa kabundukan, pwedeng mag-alaga ng hayop, okay? So, small communities are powerful producers of relationship which provide or include, eto yan, kinship, friendship, neighbors, local institutions, communication mechanism that connect the people to another one. From one people to another. Okay? Yun yung powerful, what do you call that? Resources. Okay? Powerful producers. Ika nga. Si small community. Now, community also is being considered as a social group of any size. Okay? Whose members reside in specific locality. Pwedeng they can have a shared government, or maybe they can have an often or common culture and historical heritage. A community also is considered as a social, religious, and occupational or other group sharing common characteristic or even interests. Ayan. A community can also be considered as a group of associated nations that share common interests or common heritage. So, here are the different elements of a community, maybe by nature or power structure. Alamin natin kung ano-ano po ito. First one, the elements of community according to nature. First one, a community is sociological construct. Paano nasabing ganun? It's because the concept of a community is not only a construct itself, yung tinatawag natin na model. Ito din ay tinatawag na sociological construct or set of interactions of human behavior. Okay? Ibig sabihin, meron siyang expectation between one member to another. Okay? Hindi lang yan basta sa actions. Okay? These are a type of actions that is based on shared expectations, maybe by values, pwedeng sa paniniwala, or yung meaning between an individuals. Yan. Number 2, elements of community according to nature. A community has a fuzzy boundaries. Meaning to say, kapag ang isang community is maliit lang, they also have their separated, or they can also be separated by a few kilometers from other villages or even rural areas because they have their boundaries. Let's say for example, ang Tanay, they have their boundary Tanay. Then morong, baras, morong, 'di ba? So meron siyang tinatawag na fuzzy boundaries. Human interaction present may be consisting only of relations among residents living inside the village. 'Di ba? Pero kapag hindi ka taga doon at wala kang kakilala, you have your boundary. Hindi ka pwedeng basta-basta pumasok. 'Di ba? Then different community, okay, have their own rules and regulations. Okay? So I remember nga yung experience namin nitong nakaraan lang. November 7, no? So we tend to anong tawag dito, magtinda, no? Ng product namin sa isang area dito sa Rizal. And then syempre, ang pagkakamali namin, we did not ask the rules and ano yung dapat at hindi dapat, no? Then, pero we have our permits. No one even oriented us kung ano yung mga pwede at hindi pwede. But then again, some sort of officials lumapit sa amin at gusto nilang samsamin yung mga plastic cups namin. Wherein hindi namin alam na bawal pala ang plastic cups sa lugar na yun. Kasi we were not oriented nga eh. 'Di ba? So, they told us na wala kayo sa lugar nyo, nandito kayo sa. I don't want to mention the lugar. Kasi, 'di ba, this is a lesson. So, kailangan daw namin sumunod sa rules and regulations. So, nakiusap na lang kami. So, para kami ay mag-compromise, para kami ay sumunod sa rules and regulations, tinanggal namin ang plastic cups, itinago namin, and then bumili ako ng paper cups. O, 'di ba? Following the rules pa rin kahit nag-inis na. Pero anyway, kudos to this person because they were just following the rules. They were just implementing the rules. Pero, isang bagay lang yung hindi ko nagustuhan. Ano yon? We were not oriented well about kung ano ba yung mga hindi pwede. 'Di ba? Hinayaan lang kami na magpwesto, binigyan lang kami ng resibo para sa pwesto, tickets, pinagbayad lang kami, but we were not oriented. Yun lang yung hindi ko nagustuhan doon. Muntik pa kaming magmulta. Okay, there you go. That's just an example, no? Every community has its boundary. Every community has its rules and regulations. Next one, a community can exist between a larger community. Okay? So, there may be a community within larger community, including yung regions, districts, even the district groups, nations, and other boundaries. Ayan. So, a community can have its different communities inside. Ika nga. Small community could have a larger community inside. An organization itself. Groups. Diba? So, next one, elements of community according to nature, community may be moved. No? Ang community pwede yan mag-move from one place to another. Lalo na yung mga hindi naka-base sa isang localities or hindi naka-reside sa isang localities. Pwede silang mag-move from one place to another. Okay? So, there may be mobile fishing groups who move from time to time to where to fish or to where the fish are available. Pwedeng ganon. Diba? Organization. Kung hindi naman talaga sila naka-reside sa lugar na yan, and then they wanted to go to another place, pwede silang lumipat. So, a community can be considered like an organism, okay? Because it can function even if people come and go. Ayan. So, kahit magsialisan at magsibalikan ng mga tao, ang community nabubuhay at gumagalaw pa rin. There you go. How about the structure of community? Community power structure is about the distribution of power at local community level. Yun yung tinatawag nating sociology kind. Okay? So, dito guys, mas maintindihan natin kung ano bang mayroon sa community and how is it being constructed. This table represents the Natural Sources Conservation Service from USDA, okay, a survey which describe about the structure of community. As you can see guys, it has its basis of community power and of local community power and its description. Okay, let's see. First one is the connection. When we say connection, its description is the capacity to create the linkage which develop or become helpful when it comes on the relationship with powerful individuals, family, and organization. That is connection. Let's say, for example, ako, meron ako mga kamag-anak na nasa politika dito sa, let's say, sa Tanay. Mayor ng Tanay, councilor, barangay, captain, that is connections. Okay? So, pwede yan na yung mga individuals, family, or organization, they have their link. They are linked with this powerful people or individual. Number 2, basis of local community power is the power number. Pag sinabi nating power number, this based on the backup or support of the people in the community. Diba? Hindi naman natin maikakaila that there are some talaga sa community, sa isang komunidad na meron silang connection sa tao na to eh. So they can have their backups. Diba? Let's say for example, nahuli yung motor mo. Okay? Halimbawa, ikaw si Leo, nahuli ang motor. No? So, tatawagan mo lang yung, oy, pre, tulungan mo naman ako kasi nahuli ako eh, kasi wala akong lisensya. So, anytime po pwede kang tulungan yan. Back up mo na yan. Di ba? Mga ganong bagay ba? Backers. Okay. Next one, the rewards. When we say rewards, ito naman yung ability para na mag-provide ng award, pwedeng promotion, pwedeng pera, or pwedeng regalo that can be useful to meet the individual or organizational goals. Next one is the personal traits, expertise, okay? The legitimacy, yung tinatawag, no? So, personal traits and expertise muna tayo. This capacity to foster the respect and loyalty, okay? Based on charm, talents, or skills. And then, legitimate power naman, ito yung type of leadership, okay, of higher, okay, or even title in an organization or institutional position like mayor, vice mayor, councilor, captain, barangay captain nga, di ba? So, yun yung mga po pwede. Legitimate power ang tawag to. How about the information? This information is the ability to keep or share information. And lastly is the coercion na tinatawag. Okay? Coercion is an influence through manipulation and coercion. Meaning to say the power of an individual to manipulate, diba? Kung ano yung meron sa community. The community projects, the organization, the institution, diba? So, yun po yun. So, these are the different bases of local community power. Okay, based on the structure of community. So, hanggang dito na lang po muna yung lesson natin for the second part ng module number 1. Susunod naman po, we will be discussing about the dimensions of community, wherein we will know what are the different concepts. Okay? What are the different dimensions that a community has. Okay, there you go. So, if you have any questions regarding our lesson, you can ask ma'am personally. You can send me a message or raise your hand so that we can address kung ano yung questions nyo regarding our lesson. Okay. Now, for your activity, I want you to answer activity number 1, which is about Masid Suri. Okay, its title. Wherein you're going to create a short photo essay about your community. Okay, so susundan nyo lang itong mga questions na to, guys. Yan, you're going to answer these questions. Okay, so you have your 10 point of scoring regarding this activity number 1. And then, activity number 2 is an essay restricted response, wherein you're going to create 2 to 5 sentences answering these questions. Okay, there you go. So, activity number 1 and 2 po ang ating sasagutan para po sa inyong unang activity sa module number 1. Okay, there you go. That will be our lesson for the first and second part ng module number 1. I hope you learn from our topic and I'm looking forward everyone that you will pass your activity within the day. Thank you so much everyone. Have a nice day. Ciao, bye.